lovelies. If you didn't just see my story, I just feel like I need to come on and do a really quick channeled reading. So I channel a lot of stuff. My name and the name is Chaos Rain, but you can also call me Eve. I've been spending the day in the garden today, but the theme, the collective that I'm really picking up on, I think this week, is the collective that's on a serious hunt for their number one, their soulmate, that the real deal. And collectively, I feel like this has become such a big thing, which in itself is a whole nother video, so I'll do that on another video. But and bear with me guys, because I'm super new and I'm trying to figure out all this technology side of things. I've got some long channeled messages to bring up, but right now I just feel so called to come on and tell you what I've picked up on today. Out in the garden, I'm doing a little crafting, and at the end of my garden, the last couple of days, two pigeons that are mated keep popping on the fence, and I feel like you as an individual that I'm speaking to feel a connection with somebody, and I see these two canes, a handful of garden canes are green. So green could be your favorite color. Oh, you have a really green thumb. Nature, like garden plants, is a real thing I'm getting from this. And the W's are leaning, the W, as well, it's making a W shape, so maybe it's your initials. Maybe it's significant to you, but it's leaning against the fence. So we've got the pigeons, these mated pair on the fence, and these initials, this letter W leaning against the fence, which really just very blatantly to me says like you're on the fence about this connection. You are trying to think of the right words, but you don't quite understand the connection. And the canes I can see, there's 4 of them, and actually 3 of them are right up against the fence, but the other one's almost off the fence. Again, like you're not sure. And when I thought about this, because it's a fence panel, I actually thought, wow, that's probably the case, that you have people you look up to, a panel of people, your go-to people that you see as elders, as wise, and you very much usually listen to their advice. But there is also another side of this, is, are you doing it to your detriment? Because there's only one person who can be you and who can live these situations. People giving us advice, even if it's great advice, they get to walk away from the situation. You don't. You're the one who's got to live it. You're the one who's got to be in your own skin, be in your own life, walk the walk. No one can do that for you. So if you're in 2 minds about it, it's also to think deeply about, what do you feel? What do you think? And that goes both ways. Maybe the people that you think quite wise seem to be like all on board. They could be like, yeah, go for it, this is a good idea. But part of you that's like, no, it's not. Or the flip side, they could be saying, no, don't give us any attention, listen to us, we know what's best. And you could be thinking, but it just doesn't feel right, I actually do want that. So it's about that double meaning there, and about how it can't just be relied upon by the panel of people in your life that you entrust with this, not because they might not be wrong, whichever decision it is, but sometimes we've got to make our own mistakes, or sometimes we've got to take the leap ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're the only one who's going to live the outcome. So I really feel that with this connection. I have really tried to think about what is the best, if I could give advice, if I could say, yeah, it's good, yeah, or no, it's not good. But then it's the exact same thing, isn't it? So what is it that you're prepared to do? Take a risk? Either way, but at the end of the day, the decision should be should be something that you really feel, and not be afraid of it going wrong or it going too right in either direction. The other things that I was getting was a whale. I saw it in a plume of smoke. And whales, they're deep. They got deep depths. So that's you and this person. And also, and this is something that's just come to me, whales live a really long life. You know, this is mating for lifestyle. Like, not for lifestyle, but this is mating for life. You know, the two pigeons and everything. So be sure that it's a decision that you're making, because if you're not ready or not in a place in your life for it to be forever, and it does go right, or it doesn't go right, that's something that is going to last a long time when it comes to these kind of profound connections. And then I got again with the smoke, the barbecue smoke, how it like blows in so many different directions, and eventually it always comes around and you get lemon barbecue smoke right in the face. And you can't see and you can't talk and your eyes are watering. So this is something that maybe you're trying to force a perspective, like you want to know it to be guaranteed either way, but every time you do, your eyes are just stinging, because unfortunately we just don't know, and you just don't know how it's going to go. But you can decide how prepared you are for those outcomes. So you can know that it's unknown, but just be prepared in yourself for whatever will be. And the other thing was reflections. I saw our neighbours got doves, beautiful doves, in their garden, and it's attracting a lot of the pigeons as well. I think it's a really nice place to hang out now. And I could see in the reflection of the patio doors of the house, this pigeon and this dove sat together, and then the dove flew off, and the pigeon was just there in the reflection, but it made like a double, like your vision, you get double vision. And maybe that's something interesting as well, double vision on this, because you have two possible outcomes. But they will lay a foundation for who you'll be on the other side of it, just like life, like all things. This is the double reflection of this pigeon, and what made me think was this soulmates, twins. So the other bird flew off, and then what was left was two mirroring versions of this pigeon, beautiful pigeon, like a wood pigeon, in the foundations of the house, or in the doors, in the doorway, into a whole new life, like a new house, your home. And again, I saw the letter C as a watermark on the patio table, reflecting, and in the reflection is the house. So again, this is our foundations. This is what we might build. And then I got like thinking about the bricks of the house, and I heard the song Another Brick in the Road by Pink Floyd. And interesting enough, yesterday was out and about, and there was a camper van, and the bonnet had been done, sprayed, and it had Dark Side of the Moon, the pyramid with the rainbow in it, and Dark Side of the Moon. And up above me in the sky earlier is the moon, and we've got a proper half moon, and you just make out the edges of the dark side of the moon. So this is like the dark side of the possibilities, or the yin and the yang, and another brick in the wall, or like the foundations, or in the reflection. So reflecting back at you the possibilities of what that could mean, what it could become, or what it won't. And that is life, isn't it? The unknown. We don't know until we know. And you won't know until you make a decision. And the letter C there as well, if that means anything to you. and Dark Side of the Moonlight. And I got this strange lyrics coming to mind, which was chanced it on a cosmic cell phone, Triple C. The idea of three things, you know, three's a magic number. And perhaps there's some pigeons and everything, and a message coming through, but maybe the message is coming from you, that epiphany moment, that cosmic little light bulb moment that comes to you. And when it does, then that's your intuition. And that there in those moments is when you're listening to your intuition, and it feels different to advice from yourself or advice from others, and that is your moment, that's your green light to go and follow that feeling, because at some point a decision has to be made. And green light, again, the W's in green, it's a deep message. But the other thing I'm really getting is a telepathic connection, telepathy. You and this person are telepathically, whether that's subconsciously or consciously, communicating. And I would say already, if not for a while now, a little while. And that is what makes it extraordinary. Maybe that's why it makes this even harder to make a decision, because there is this profound supernatural connection between you both, like tin cans on a strand, on a string, talking across whatever all this is around us. And it's beautiful. And I'm getting Snow White vibes. Again, that mystical, or that mastical, mythical element to it. It's deep. It's really deep. And I think maybe there is I'm getting quite a funny channeled bit here, but there was a mouse earlier, a vole, and I thought of a vole. I saw this little mouse running high and diving under the bricks, the foundations of the house. These can be our little stray away thoughts, our insecurities, our vulnerabilities, because they are quite vulnerable creatures. But they make nests and burrows underneath, little safe spaces, little get out of free jail cards. You're planning an exit before you've even decided to go through the entrance. Interesting. It's a very deep message, and this one's very long, but it feels profound and powerful. Yeah. If you have somebody like that connecting to you, and you feel this, because this feels like really heavy energy, this feels like, what if it's just a case of not being ready and not knowing, or being confused and not understanding that this connection will be lost. But that's the beautiful thing about soulmates, is it's never too late. Your soulmate is your soulmate. Just because you're energetically connected doesn't mean if you decide now and it's to not breathe it, not lean into it or go running to it, and instead running from it, being a runner, but that it's lost forever, and that's just not possible. You can't lose it. It's like riding a bike. Just because you haven't ridden one or you put your bike away doesn't mean you can't. A skill's a skill. A connection's a connection. And especially with something as profound as telepathic soulmates. They ain't going nowhere. It's just going to be there waiting for the right time. Anyway, I'm sending you all lots of love from here. in the UK. It's a beautiful day, beautiful night. I could see the moon a minute ago. Anyway, I hope this reaches who it reaches. And again, bear with me. I'm working this all out myself as well. Alright, bye lovelies.